Hello, and welcome to Faith, Family, and Focus, where we are growing in our faith, loving our families, and allowing ourselves to focus on ourselves. I'm your host, Urshala B., and welcome back. So, this past Sunday, Beyonce, Knowles Carter, um, won her 32nd Grammy. She now holds the record for the most Grammy wins. And she's also announced that she's going to go on tour with the Renaissance Tour. I am trying to get tickets, y'all. It is crazy out here. Look, these people are doing the most to get these tickets. I declare. People are selling their houses, cars, children, whatever they have to go see Beyonce. Um, I personally am registered with Ticketmaster to get tickets. I'm hoping that I get tickets, but we'll see. I've been to quite a few Beyonce concerts, and I don't plan on stopping now. In the words of the great poet Wheezy, I ain't never ran, and I'm sure I ain't about to pick the day to start running. So basically, I ain't never missed a Beyonce concert, and I ain't about to start missing them now. Okay, so the Renaissance album is a good album, right? It's different, right? It's not the typical Beyonce album that we're used to, but it's got some bangers on it now. It's got some songs on it, and I think for me, the best song is "Cuff It." Um, and one of the things I like about "Cuff It" is it kind of shows us the evolution of Beyonce, right? So think about this, y'all. When we first met Beyonce, she was a teenager in Destiny's Child, and we've watched her grow up into a mom and wife and businesswoman, and the Grammy most Grammy winning artist of all time, right? So we've seen her do a lot in her time. But the thing that I think is so amazing about Cuff It, and maybe it's just me at my stage of life, is she has this song, and she's like, I want to go missing. I need a prescription. I want to go higher, right? And people don't want to get missing for nothing, right? When people be like, I want to go missing, like they tired, y'all. They tired. That's what people do when they tired. They want to go missing, and it is kind of nice to know that someone like Beyonce, who got everything at her disposal, get tired. She just want to go missing. She want a prescription, okay? She want to just leave everything behind, and she just want to get away for a minute. That's kind of it's kind of dope. A, that she admitted it, and two, to know that, hey, even when you got it all, you still need a break. So one of the things that I've decided for 2023 is that I am going to take breaks, and I'm going to take breaks quarterly. Um, I started at the end of last year. I went on a trip to DC by myself. It was actually to go to a seminar that a person that I call a mentor. I mean, she don't really know me like that, but I know her like that. At least in my head, I know her like that. And she was having a seminar, so I went to DC to go to her seminar, and I went a day early so that I could have kind of like a moment to just kind of relax. I went to dinner by myself, which I have no problem with doing. And then I um, read a book. I did some things as far as it relates to some things I want to do on the side from a side hustle. And then I took a long nap, child. Okay, when you are a mama, you get to the point where you appreciate a long nap. And I got me a good old long nap. Um, and then Um, a few weeks ago, I went on a trip with my sister-in-law. And this is a kind of interesting story because we actually planned this trip last year. Um, so Darius Cooks Williams, right? Okay. I know some of y'all be like, I know you ain't talking about that dude. He be scamming people. You heard what he said about Miss Holler's family. Um, Look, Darius Cooks is all right with me. Okay. First of all, I done brought cookbooks. I done brought pots. And I done been to dining with Darius. And I've gotten everything I've ever paid for. So, um, I'm not saying some people ain't had no bad experiences, because sometimes he could talk to people right meanly on the IG. He go live and he just let go and let, but it ain't God, but he let go something. Um, but I have not had those experiences. Every time I have paid for something, every time I have inquired about something, I it's always worked out with me and him. But anyway, back, I think it was last April, he released his dining with Darius dates. So I reached out to my sister-in-law and I was like, "Hey, Darius Cooks is gonna do a tour. Um, you wanna go?" And she was like, "Yeah." So we looked at the dates and we decided that we were gonna go to Phoenix to go see Darius Cooks. And the the tickets went on sale at 12 o'clock. I'm in the D Hive. You child, Beehive, D Hive. No, he not D Hive. They the D Wives, I think. Regardless, I'm in his fan club, and he actually opened up ticket sales an hour early for people who are in his fan club. So I was able to get the tickets, and good because they sold out. But we got our tickets, and we were like, okay, we in January of 2023 we will be in Phoenix. So that was May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So we bought the tickets 9 months in advance. So along the way, we were like, okay, we can do this when we go. We can do this when we go. And we ended up making plans to go to a spa, stay at a nice resort, tour Phoenix, do some fun things around Phoenix. And y'all, that is exactly what we did. Um, and one of the things that kind of goes more in line with the go missing theme that I'm trying to keep with here is that we didn't have kids and family and husbands with us, and that's a kind of required self-care that we need to take in our lives. And I'm not saying every weekend be like, I'm self-caring this weekend. I'm finna go to the club. I'm self-caring. I'm finna go out my girl. Like, no, no, you somebody's mama. You gonna have to be somebody's mama on the weekend too. But every now and then, and it may just be quarterly, you need to have an opportunity to go missing, to replenish yourself, okay? And to also get to know yourself. You know, I think that it it can be toxic to become too dependent on people being around you. So, like um always having to have your kids close by, because the natural way of life is that they're supposed to leave the nest at some point. And if you don't have the ability to let go, either for yourself or for them, in the long run you end up hurting them, because there's a codependency that could develop that isn't healthy. So I think the quarterly getaways can help with that. And also it gives you a time to recharge. When you're I I say this as an introvert, but I think extroverts can also benefit from some time just to themselves. When I'm to myself, I recharge so much faster than when I'm around a bunch of people. So, for example, um, my family and I went on a vacation for Christmas. Um, but on that vacation, I was so busy still being mama that I didn't get to really relax the way I would have liked to relax. Okay, so we were on a cruise, and when you go on a cruise, they have all these like little clubs for the kids, and so the kids can, you know, hey, I'm going to the kids club or whatever. And for me, like I'm like, okay, it's 10 o'clock. Where they at? Why they ain't back in the room? I need to get them back in the room. And you ain't just gonna be running all over this ship all times of the night. I don't care what so and so mama say. You coming back to this room. And so, you know, I still had my mama hat on. So I didn't get to totally like disconnect because somebody got to be the mama around here. Um, but when we went to this trip in January, at the end of January, and it wasn't a long trip. I think we got there Thursday night. We left Sunday morning. Um, but I had a chance to disconnect and kind of focus on me. So one of the awesome things about the hotel that we stayed at, and it's called the Boulders. It's a resort in Scottsdale, Arizona. Um, if you ever get a chance to visit it, it's beautiful, beautiful scenery. And the rooms, the casitas, are they have a Spanish theme, and they come with fireplaces. And so, being that it was January, it was kind of cold at night, and they would come and they would light the fire log in your light a fire in your fireplace for you. Oh my gosh. I would sit in this nice chair that they had that was right in front of the fireplace, and the TV was right above the fireplace. And I would sit there and I would drink a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and just like focus on me, think about things that I want to work on. And it was just so relaxing. And like I said, I did that Thursday night when I got there. I did it Friday afternoon, Saturday, and my sister-in-law, she was in the room next door, and she was doing the same thing. She was like, "Oh, I ordered another log for the fire because it was just so relaxing to get away and focus on you, get missing or go missing, right?" Um, his this is something that I think we should all incorporate. And maybe it's not, going all the way to Phoenix, Arizona. I can guarantee you every trip ain't going to be a trip to Phoenix. I can guarantee you that right now. But maybe it's going downtown and staying in a nice hotel for 2 nights. Maybe it's going to the next biggest city and staying there for the weekend. And finding a village that can help you do that. If you can take your kids to your sisters or to your moms, or if you are blessed to have a husband or a baby daddy that can watch the kids, take advantage of that. Take the time to replenish yourselves so that you can be the best you for your kids, the best you for your employer, the best you for yourself, right? The best you for your husband. Like, when you are your best self, you perform like you're at your best self. You give like you're at your best self. So what I am going to say to you is allow yourself to go missing. Now, the prescription and the getting high, that's up to you. I'm just telling you to go